Hey guys, what is up? This is iDuckFilms. I just want to thank you all for helping us reach 10,000 subscribers. And second of all, I'm going to be doing a Q&A right now, so let's start it. Just another James asks, you a Super Sentai fan? I do like watching the show. I am a small fan, but I'm not a big fan. I have gone to several conventions before, like I went to Morphin Con once, but that's about as far as I've gotten in the Power Rangers Super Sentai fandom. Now, Jane Johnson here has two questions. The first one is, why don't you talk in your videos? The reason why I don't talk in a lot of my videos is because I'm just naturally a very quiet person. I don't talk a lot. I prefer to speak through text when I can. I just don't have a lot to say most of the time. What other games do you play? I mostly play Nintendo games like Mario. I completed Mario Odyssey very recently. I love Kirby. I'm very obsessed with Kirby. I sometimes play Pokemon. I play Zelda. I play Splatoon a lot. Besides Nintendo games, I also sometimes play Minecraft. Super Eel Glitchy 4 asks, do you play Penguin Oasis? I've played that game once on a stream. That was it. I might play it again sometime, but it depends if people are interested in seeing it. Favman33 asks, what got you into making YTPs? I discovered YouTube poops on YouTube in around 2009, 2010-ish. I've always really loved watching cartoons and looking at videos of shows I like. And then I started stumbling upon these YTPs of them, and I thought they were really funny. So I decided to start making my own. And in 2010, I've actually been making YTPs since 2010. I deleted a lot of my older ones because they just weren't very good. But, I've been doing this for a long time. Crying in the Chemical Disco has several questions. The first one is, how old are you? I am 18 years old. What kind of music do you listen to? I have a very weird taste in music. I listen to a lot of video game soundtracks, and I listen to a lot of chiptune, and I also listen to basically everything from the 1980s, like pop, alt rock. I also listen to synthwave sometimes. Favorite movie? The Lego Movie. There's no question about it. Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or Disney? It used to be Nickelodeon without a doubt, but now it's kind of going back and forth between Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. Because Nickelodeon, for a while, was having a tough time, and the shows they were airing were kind of hit or miss. But now with the Loud House and stuff, they're getting better. And I kind of go back and forth on whether I like Cartoon Network a lot, because I love certain shows like Adventure Time. That's my favorite show. But I also don't like that they play Teen Titans Go for 90% of the time. I mean, Teen Titans Go is an okay show, just don't play it for most of the day. Sarita Awakened Library has several questions. What is your favorite YTP that you made? Probably my first Wander Over Yonder YTP. Yonder Over Wander. Like, the reason why I did the whole, as you know, I did YTPs of every episode of the show. But for some reason, in my mind, I never could get to the height that I thought I had set with the first one. I just really liked the timing, the jokes. I really, even when I watch it today, even though I made it in 2013, I still love it. What is your favorite shipping from Wander Over Yonder? Probably good old Wander and Hater. I mean, Hater doesn't, I mean, I'm one of the many people who feels like Hater kind of likes Wander, but doesn't want to admit it. There's also what that basically amounts to, are you a girl or a boy? I know I've already said this several times, but I'm a girl. So there you have it. What is your favorite actual series? As I mentioned earlier, it'd have to go to Adventure Time. You like anime? Why, yes. I love really weird anime, though. The kind that you wouldn't expect to be mentioned in casual anime conversations, like Hamtaro and that kind of junk. The Awesome Dude asks, if you could watch one show for the rest of your life, what would it be? Once again, Adventure Time. Boop TV asks, what program do you use? I use a mixture of a heavily modified version of iMovie and Photoshop. Why do you make CP streams as your main stuff? The reason why I mainly do Club Penguin streams is because they're easiest to do. You know, YTPs and other videos take time, I need to edit them. I mean, they're still the main content of the channel. It's just I don't upload them as often because they're harder to make. Smashing Pokey Kirby 64 asks, why did you discontinue most of your YTP series? It depends on the YTP series. The Wander Over Yonder YTP series ended because I planned to do one for every episode, so once the show ended, I stopped doing YTPs of that show as well. And as for all the Nickelodeon stuff, I just became overwhelmed with it, so I haven't officially discontinued it, but it's kind of on indefinite hiatus right now, because, yeah, it's just something I've become tired of doing. I wanted to do YTPs with more variety. Dragon Killer asks, will you make more memes, please? Also, what inspired you to make videos? I will always be making memes for as long as I'm on YouTube. Also, what inspired me to make videos was when I got my first camera. It was like this, it wasn't really a camera, but it was this iPod Nano with a camera. It just started making these little toy videos of them. And I really enjoyed doing that. So that's how I started doing these videos, because I really enjoy them. A Tomato asks, why are you a CPR channel, but also a YTP channel and a roleplay channel? I tend to upload a ton of different types of videos, just because, you know, it's whatever I feel like doing, and I like doing a lot of different stuff. You know, I enjoy making YTPs just as much as I like doing the live streams. And even doing the videos with the Adventure Time plushes. Laura Yunta asks, do you like Fanboy Chum Chum, Breadwinners, Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, Benson is a Beast, Back in the Barnyard, The Mighty Bee, and other Nickelodeon shows? Yep. I love pretty much all the Nicktoons, even some that not a lot of people like Sanjay and Craig and Breadwinners. Breadwinners in particular, it's just a guilty pleasure of mine. Like, it's just so silly, and I love the ducks. Easy Sunshine says, are you more into video games or TV? I kind of like them equally. Buffalo Wings and Fries asks, are there any sources you would like to see people use more in their YouTube poops? Yes, in fact, basically my specialty is stuff that I never see people YTP, but would love to see more people do. Like, probably the most famous example of that is Paper Kirby. It's this YouTube claymation series involving Kirby they discovered sometime in 2012, and then in early 2013 they released like the first and only actual voice acted episode, which is called Chapter 3 Part 1, and it is hilarious, the voice acting. The plot makes barely any sense, and the voice acting is hilarious. To give you a record, that's also where the "who, what, no" source comes from that you see in basically all of my YTPs. I just love Paper Kirby. Then there's basically any Nickelodeon show that isn't SpongeBob. I mean, we already see SpongeBob used a lot, but there are a lot of other Nickelodeon cartoons that I don't see used a lot of YTPs that could use it. Like Breadwinners, Sanjay and Craig, all that kind of stuff. And finally, probably the entire Littlest Pet Shop franchise. There are like 2 cartoons, and then there's another one coming out. And there's a web series, which I tried to do. It was like a series of web cartoons, which I tried to hold a YTP collab of, but I think only one person ended up sending in the entries. Like, I'm actually working on editing the video as I'm filming this. But what was originally planned to be this huge collab it's just going to be that one other person's entry, and then some things I made. You know, it's probably not going to be very good. For copyright reasons, are there any sources you will not poop? Anything I think is overused and isn't like a good or funny source. Like, probably the biggest example right now is like the Super Mario Logan Jeffy videos. Like, the YTPs aren't that funny, in my opinion. And it's because the original videos weren't that funny to begin with. Like, in Super Mario Logan, all his Jeffy videos is basically, at least to me, disabled, mentally handicapped people stereotypes. And I actually know a few mentally handicapped people in real life who are like Jeffy. And you should not laugh at them, because they're just trying their darn hardest to behave like normal people. And for that reason, I will never make a YTP of a Super Mario Logan Jeffy video. Do you have any advice for people who are just starting to make YouTube poops? I would say don't use YouTube Video Editor, except YouTube Video Editor is no longer around. It's no longer usable. So I'd probably just say, I know this seems really obvious, but actually try and edit the source. I've seen many quote-unquote YTPs where it isn't edited at all. This may be something that I've reiterated from many other people, but don't use your own voice. It's just unprofessional. And finally, if you don't think it's funny, then don't put in the video. Please. Little Kate the Litten asks, have you heard of Liftoff?
What? No!
Random Stuff asks, when do you start playing Club Penguin? I started playing the original Club Penguin at around 2008. Because I love penguins as an animal. And many people at elementary school were playing it, and they're like, hey, there's this cool penguin game we all love playing. And I'm like, penguins? I love penguins. I might as well check this out. And I had a lot of fun with it. I kind of stopped playing the original Club Penguin in around 2012 after Operation Blackout, because I didn't think the game was getting good anymore. That's kind of when Disney started putting more product placements in the game and doing weird stuff like making the penguins look more like human teenagers, and it was like, no. But in April of this year, I kind of went back to it through Club Penguin Rewritten. I like it because it's like the one I played as a kid. It's not like Sellout or anything. Robert Mulligan asks, do you like Thomas the Tank Engine? I used to love it when I was like 2. In fact, I have like a toy bin somewhere, which is like all wooden railway Thomas the Tank Engine stuff. But I haven't actually been interested in it in a while. Like, even in my room, I still have like a few miniature Thomas the Tank Engine trades, but you know, it's just not something that interests me anymore. Silver asks, are you a human being? What does it look like? And finally, Robot Rashawn asks, are you making more Dread Losers? That really depends. The reason why the series is on hold is because the next episode I was planning to do a YTP of, I think it was like the one where Badoosh and Sway Sway take their frog jelly to some sort of a talent show. I haven't been able to find a good quality copy of it on the internet yet. I'm still waiting to find a good copy of that. So once I find a good copy, I'll make it. But that's the main thing that's putting the entire Dread Losers series on hold. And that's about it for the Q&A. I hope you enjoy it, you guys. And I will see you all in the next video.